Hey guys, welcome back to the Giovanni Show. Today we have on Dunphy. What is up, man?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Great, great. So it's a big week coming up. I'm excited.
Yeah, I cannot wait for Dallas week. So I got a few questions for you today. Then we got some higher or lower Eagles edition, and then I want your predictions for this game coming up.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. So how did you get into football?
So when I was younger, my stepdad and my dad were both really big Eagles fans, and the rest of my family, they were all Eagles fans. So it was in my blood. It was natural. It was in my nature just to become an Eagles fan, and I just here I am following in all their footsteps, and I'm just a diehard. I love it. Like ever since I was younger than you, like my kids' age, like 6, 7 years old, I just loved it. Everything I did all day long revolved around sports in general, but especially the Eagles. When football season came around, it was it was different.
You immediately blood green.
Yeah, immediately.
Um, what made you want to get the tattoos and how did it all come about?
So again, both my dad and my stepdad both have a lot of tattoos, and it's just something I always liked and thought were cool. So I started getting some tattoos, and I always wanted to get something Philly based to represent where I'm from and take pride in that. So one day I went to my tattoo artist and I told him pretty much like, hey, this is all the ideas of what I want my stomach and my chest to be. And he pretty much did the outline of where everything was positioned and going. And I went in one day and he was like, so this is it. Are you cool with the fanatic over the belly button and all? And I'm like, hey, you're the professional. You know what you're doing, right? So,
Do you have a favorite tattoo?
um, my favorite tattoos are probably of my kids. I have two kids. Are you talking about all my tattoos or are you talking about my stomach and my chest?
Just like all your tattoos.
All my tattoos are probably my two favorite ones are probably of my kids, uh,
That
for sure.
that's awesome. Um, how long did all the tattoos on your stomach take?
I get this question a lot. I wish I would have had like a timer during all the sessions I did, but I would say it's definitely over 30 hours, probably maybe closer to 40 hours worth of work.
How many sessions did it take?
Probably closer to like probably close to 10 to be honest with you. And a few of those sessions were 6 hour sessions. So
Right.
and it doesn't tickle. You got to think it might have been fewer sessions, but I'm a bigger guy, so and I got a bigger bigger belly, so
So what is your favorite thing about Philly in general, just the city?
the city itself, well, there's a lot of obviously negative going on right now in the city, but a lot of things that I like is how when sports are going on or just a lot of events going on in general, like everyone comes together and everyone has each other's back, and then relating back to sports, I love how everyone comes together for one, and how like we say it how it is. There's no beating around the bush. We're gonna tell you how we feel, whether you like it or not, and we don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah. People think that Philadelphia fans being straight up front with everybody is mean, but
No.
I feel like we're just straight up front. We're not gonna lie to you.
Exactly. Well, in a relationship, wouldn't you rather, like even a friendship, you'd rather people be honest with you, like that shows character and it shows who you really are, and that's the kind of people I want around me. So maybe
Especially
these other outsiders don't want to, they don't like real people. They like other kind of people, but that's their fault.
especially when it comes to Dallas. We are very clear when it comes to Dallas.
Yeah, we don't like Dallas.
No. And this week we especially don't like Dallas.
No,
I'm pumped for this week.
no, yeah, I can only imagine how pumped you are, but I'm pumped myself.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I see your wall. Your wall is awesome.
Yeah, I love it. So I got some higher or lowers for you. Um, Higher or lower, Jalen Hurts 2 rushing touchdowns against Dallas?
Mm, it's tough. Can I pick two, or does it got to be one or the other?
You can pick two.
I could see him getting in choice, but I'm going to go with lower. I'm going to go with lower. You know what? I'm going to keep the game fair. I'm going to do higher or lower. I'm going to go lower. I'm going to say he scores 1 rushing touchdown.
Uh, Higher or lower, Miles Sanders has over or under 100 rushing yards?
Under. Under.
How many do you think he has?
I'm going to say Miles finishes with around. I think he's going to have a solid game. But I'm going to say he has like 74 rushing yards.
I was gonna say 77. So
There you
great.
go.
Like,
Yep. Yep.
higher or lower, Devontae Smith has over or under 100 yards?
Well, Trayvon Diggs is probably going to be on AJ Brown, which can be a good thing for us because that guy gets beat a lot, dating back to last year. So I'm going to say Smitty's going to have a big game again. I think Smitty's going to have over 100 this week.
Yeah, I hope so too.
What do you think?
I'm gonna say probably closer to 150.
Yeah, that's what I like. That's what I
I
like.
think so.
I
You
think
know
Smitty's
that's
going to have a
what
big
he
week.
was made of against Washington. So
Yeah, he's a baller, dude. He's definitely he's a really good player. And last week they played really good defense on him, and he still was able to have 10 catches for 83 yards. That just shows you how good of a player he really is.
yeah. So this week, Eagles versus Dallas. What do you think the final outcome is going to be? And do you have any bold predictions that you can say?
I think the defense is going to score. I think we're going to sack the quarterback around 6 times. The only way I can see them beating around that is if they do quick slants, which are because we play soft coverage. So I think they might try some quick plays. But if they sit there and drop back and try to do some play action, I think we're going to get to the quarterback a lot and have a really, really, really good defensive day. I think the Eagles are going to win this one. Um, hmm. This is tough for me to say because I really, really this is what I really truly think. I think it's going to be around 23-10 Eagles. I really do. Low scoring, defensive battle kind of early, and we're going to slowly pull away. And I just think our defense is way too good for Cooper Rush. Ain't nobody worried about him.
Yeah, I'm not worried about him.
No.
I would love that score. I was thinking it's gonna be like 21-17. It's gonna be a nail biter.
Okay. Gonna be close.
Yeah. It's definitely gonna give me a heart attack like last
Yeah.
time.
No.
Last week I was actually out hunting and I'm in a tree stand just having like a minor heart attack while I'm watching this game and I'm like, oh God. And then Arizona's catching up and then thankfully we got that interception.
Yeah, that was huge.
Yeah. So is there any other games this week that you are super pumped for?
I haven't really checked. Let me check. Let me skim through real quick and look. I have the schedule right here. See what good games are coming up. Your boys playing tonight.
Yeah.
Um, hmm. Oh, Chiefs and the Bills.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a good one. Who you liking that one?
I love the Bills. So
Yeah, I agree with you. And the
due.
Chiefs are home.
Yeah. It's gonna be a good game. I can't wait for that game.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Josh Allen's just elite. And
Yeah, he's next level.
Bills Mafia is really like Eagles fans.
I've been to Buffalo and I got to meet them guys and trust me, they're serious. They're as close as it gets to coming to showing as much passion and pride as we do.
Yeah.
No one's closer than them.
While you were in Buffalo, did you get through a table?
I didn't. There, I seen a couple people doing it. Now it's different how their tailgate set up. It's like how we have a huge different lots. They have different lots. So the one lot I went to, they're not really known for their table putting people through thing, but the other section is. So when we walked by, we seen people doing it, jumping off cars. It was funny, but no, I personally didn't go through a table.
I've always wanted to be put through a table because it's like, why not? Like, just jump. Like, I see people jumping off of their car into a table, and I'm like, these people have to be so drunk to be able to do that.
Seriously.
Like, it's wild.
And it's crazy because you see some crazy jumps, like they'll jump high off like a really big RV, and then they land and then just get right up. Like that didn't hurt.
It's gonna hurt tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you think that the score of that game is gonna be?
Like a 45-42 type of game. It's going to be a shootout. You
Yeah,
already know that.
yeah. Because both offenses are elite, but
Yeah. Well, then watch. Everyone's thinking it's going to be high scoring. It'll be like a 10-7 game.
like that Colts and
Oh, that was brutal.
yeah, it was wild, wild. So thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me. It was awesome. I love your show, and hopefully you keep doing great big things with it.
Thank you. I hopefully I can have you on in the future. I
Yeah.
had such a great time.
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks.
Have a good one.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Giovanni Show. Today we have on Darrin from Faith and Football. Welcome.
Hey, so great to be here, Gio.
Thanks for coming on.
It's my pleasure to be here to talk about Colts Faith and Football. We're so fired up about what's going to happen on Sunday after the Colts game. We're going to have several players, a cheerleader, a coach, a chaplain, myself, and others, including you, down on the field afterwards to help say, give glory to the Lord and help make a positive difference in the community.
Yeah, I can't wait. So I just have a few questions for you today. Can you explain to the audience what Faith and Football is and what your guys' goal is with it?
Yeah, the Colts are just so faithful each year to make sure and designate one game as Faith and Football, to find time to stop and reflect on how important it is for us to share our faith at a Colts game. So we're thrilled to do that. I'm the chief marketing officer at an organization called Athletes in Action, and we work with professional football teams all over the country. And so it's my privilege as a Colts fan. I happen to live here in Indianapolis, even though we're a national organization. And what I do is find ways to help support faith movements in football contexts. So in the case of the Colts, our goals are finding ways just to allow a few select guys to share their faith so that they can stand up for their faith in the Lord Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's just a great thing, and I love being a part of it this year. And hopefully in the future I'll be able to be a part of it because I love your guys' mission in this, and just can't wait to be there on Sunday.
Well, we love it too. You know, at Athletes in Action, we say it this way: we won't rest until we can find a way to see a Jesus follower on every sport and every team and every nation. And so we have a global movement. And so this is just part of that. It's just a way for us to support the Colts Faith movement, along with Fellowship of Christian Athletes, another fantastic ministry that we team up with to help accomplish this. So we couldn't be more excited to have you involved because your testimony matters too.
Yeah. Can you tell the audience how Faith and Football started?
You know, I'm not even sure the exact year that it went on, but I know it's been going on for a while now. So let's find out. You and me will ask David Thornton at the Colts, who was the point person, the player development director, a dear friend of mine who was a heck of a good football player for the Colts, and then went on to the Titans and now has been on the coaching staff for a good long time. Years ago, they just began to envision a way for the players to have this forum, along with a coach, a cheerleader, and a chaplain, And it began, and so we just are glad to be a part of it this year. But we'll find out the exact starting year. Maybe we'll do another podcast afterwards,
Yeah.
after we find out the answer to that, and tell everybody what happened on Sunday.
Yeah. Can you tell the audience how they can go to Faith and Football after the game and how they can get into it?
Yeah, so it's really pretty simple. If you don't have a ticket, if you literally Google Colts Faith and Football, you'll find a link, and we can put one in the bio, I'm sure, on your podcast, so they can click on that. And when you buy a ticket to the Colts game, you'll automatically have a special access wristband that you pick up at the Colts game. You go grab that wristband, and that wristband will then allow you after the game to meet us in one of the end zones. And then from the end zones, you'll hear some key messages from the players. And then from there, I'll address the crowd, and then we'll move down onto the 50-yard line to have a chance to kneel down with a big group. Last year, we had almost 1,000 people doing it. With your help this year, I bet we have way more than that. And it's going to be a sight to behold on Sunday after the game, probably about 4:30, about 30 minutes after the game is over, that we'll get a chance to do that. And we can't wait to be there with you.
Yeah, I cannot wait. I know that I am so excited to be there and be a part of this. At the beginning of the year, I really devoted my life and gave my life to Christ. And I just cannot wait to further help people devote their life to Christ. So just amazing that you guys are doing this, and I can't wait to be a part of it.
Well, and we feel the same way. You know, we're just a part of what God is doing in and through the Indianapolis Colts here in this community. It's not about a game. It's not even about a testimony. It's about how we conduct ourselves in the community and what it is that we represent. And so we're just so thrilled to have the announcement today of who the players are going to be. You think I can tell your guests who they're going to be?
Yeah.
Drum roll, please. You know, one of your, I'm sure, all-time favorite QBs, who is now the backup here in Indianapolis, Nick Foles, who I know you were cheering for when he was the MVP of Super Bowl 52. Can you believe it? Now he's here in Indianapolis, and he's going to be one of the guys that's going to share his testimony. So we're so thankful that Nick is going to do that after the game and just be part. But I got to believe that you've got some fond memories of Nick, eh?
Yeah. In 2017, I actually had the chance to go to a game. It was on New Year's. It was against Dallas, and I got sideline passes to go to this game, and I got to meet Nick Foles and play catch with Nick Foles on the year that they won the Super Bowl.
Down on the turf, on the sideline? Come on, man.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Now, was he just singing it to you?
No.
He's a heck of a good player, and we're thankful that he's going to do it. But we've also got another announcement. One of the great players on the team by the name of Paris Campbell. Are you familiar with Paris?
Yeah, I got to meet Paris at training camp. He was super nice.
Awesome. Well, I've not met him yet, so I'm looking forward to that. And I know that I've studied him a little bit on social media to get a feel for that. So be sure to tag both Nick and Paris as well when you sort of start sharing some of this thing out. But we're excited to hear him. And then we'll also have Cato June, who was a tremendous player for the Indianapolis Colts back in the day, and now is an assistant linebackers coach. So that's going to be super cool to have a legacy guy, a little bit more mature, that's going to stand up and share his faith as well, along with Eric Simpson, the chaplain of the Indianapolis Colts. So it's just going to be a perfect setup. It's going to be an awesome time together. And I know that it's going to be an encouragement to all of the folks that stick around after the game to help have that little extra special experience and then get a chance to slip down onto the field and have some photographic moments and to create a couple of high times with some NFL alumni that we'll have along with us as well to greet the fans and just have that special little kneel down moment. And that's when I'm going to have you use your big voice and give a quick message out to the crowd. Would that be okay?
Yeah, I cannot wait.
Yeah, just imagine it, just people gathered all around the 50-yard line. If you visualize that, the Colts helmet and the horseshoe and all that stands for, and all the pride that an NFL team has in who they are and what they are in a community. And so this is just an extra special way for us to stop and reflect and give glory back to the Lord for how grateful we are for a chance to even be a fan of the game, or in the case of the players, to have been a player. So we're thankful to do the work that we do and to connect in and through the community to make a positive difference.
Yeah, I cannot wait. Thank you so much for coming on today, Darrin.
Well, it's my pleasure, and it's an honor to be with you. I know that you've got a big future ahead of you, and we don't always know what the future holds, but we know who holds the future. And we know that God is in control. And whether you go into sports management at Temple or whether you become the head coach of an NFL team, I don't know what God has in store, but I know that you're a special young man that's got so much goodness in you that's going to continue to touch people and make a positive difference. So you're part of this team. I consider it an honor to do this kind of work along with Athletes in Action, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and the Indianapolis Colts, along with the Giovanni Show. So we're thankful that you took the time to be with us today, and go Colts.
Go Colts.